Kaiba, we meet again. What kind of badly played meter garbage did you bring this time?
Nothing more and nothing less than Tri-Brigade.
You never learn, do you? Don't you understand that we only like pet decks in this channel?
The last time I played Blue Eyes, you laughed at me and my cards.
The first thing you tried to do was ritual summoning your untargetable 4K beater while I had Magician's right hand on the field, and then you surrendered.
Whatever, just make your move.
Blue Eyes players can't read.
Make your move already!
Fine! I start with Pot of Prosperity to banish 3 cards from my extra deck and reveal 3 cards from the top of my deck, and then add 1 of them to my hand. I choose the Phantom Knights of Rank Close. Then I normal summon him, and from my hand I activate Psychic Tracker, which can special summon itself when I control a level 3 monster. Then I use them both as materials for a Link summon. Link 2! Cherubini, Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss. And I use his effect to send 1 level 3 monster from my deck to the graveyard, and it gains points equal to the sent monsters. When Graf Malebranche of the Burning Abyss is sent to the graveyard, I can special summon 1 Burning Abyss monster from my deck. I special summon Sir Malebranche of the Burning Abyss, so I can use my monsters as materials for a Link summon. Link 3. The Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. From my graveyard, Sir Malebranche of the Burning Abyss activates. I can target 1 Burning Abyss monster in my graveyard and special summon it. Cherubini comes back to my field. Now I activate Rusty Bardiche. I can send 1 Phantom Knights monster from my deck to the graveyard and set 1 Phantom Knights spell or trap directly from my deck. Next I'll activate Rack Gloves from my graveyard to banish it and send 1 more Phantom Knights card from my deck to the graveyard. I choose the Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. Are you still with me, Seto?
I'm getting bored already. Play faster.
That's what happens when you don't have a Millennium item to manipulate your luck on the coin toss.
What?
Anyways, let's continue. I activate the Phantom Knights of Torn Scales that Barty sent to my graveyard. If another Phantom Knights card in my graveyard is banished while this card is there, I can special summon it. Then from my graveyard also Ancient Cloak banishes itself, so I can add 1 Phantom Knights card from my deck to my hand. I choose the Phantom Knights of Stained Grease. Now I set 1 card and activate Torn Scales on my field, discarding 1 card to send 1 Phantom Knights card from my deck to the graveyard. And now I activate my trap card, the Phantom Knights of Tri-Brigade.
You just set that card. That's illegal. Judge, come here!
You should read my card before you call the poor bastard. He's 400 pounds, and walking to our table is more exercise than he usually does in a week. Those ankles are not gonna last much longer. Be considerate of others, Kaiba.
Explain your card already.
It is quite simple. If I have no traps in my graveyard, I can activate this card the turn it was set. And then I special summon it to my field as a warrior normal monster with 300 defense. And now I'll play the Phantom Knights of Stained Greaves from my hand. If a Phantom Knights monster is special summoned to my field, I can special summon this card from my hand. Then I overlay Shade Brigandine and Stained Greaves for an Xyz summon. Rank 4, Rhongo Bongo the Mongo.
You about that? I don't think so.
What?
I'm not dealing with that. You summoned 5, you get a rock.
Kaiba, I can't believe it. You actually made a good move in this game.
Laugh all you want, but that Mongo thing is not allowed on my watch.
You think that's gonna stop the King of Gains? Fine then, this might be an interesting duel after all. From my graveyard, I activate the Phantom Knights of Silent Woods, banishing him to add 1 Phantom Knight spell or trap from my deck to my hand. Then I'm going to set it and end my turn. Your move, duelist.
That turn was so long I could have retired from my position at Kaiba Corp if we weren't living in an enemy world. I have been 18 years old for 20 years.
Don't you dare break the 4th wall, Kaiba! That is my job and my job alone.
I don't get paid for it anyways. Draw! I'm gonna clean your board right now by activating Harpy's Feather Duster. Your back row is gone.
Not so fast, rich boy. I chain my trap Phantom Knight's Fog Blade. I can target 1 effect monster on the field and negate its effects. It also prevents it from attacking. And since you're destroying the other one, I'll just chain another one of those. How about that?
You're delusional if you think that's gonna save you. Now I activate Pot of Desires. I banish 10 cards from my deck face down to draw 2.
No, you won't.
Now what?
I'm going to ush that thing. Enjoy losing 1/4 of your deck.
Miserable degenerate. I activate Fire Formation, Tenki. It allows me to add 1 level for a lower Beast Warrior monster from my deck to my hand. I choose Tri-Brigade Fractal, and I activate its effect by discarding it so I can send 1 level 3 or lower bird monster from my deck to the graveyard with it. I choose Tri-Brigade Nerval. When it is sent to the graveyard, I can add 1 Tri-Brigade monster from my deck to my hand. Tri-Brigade Caress is my choice, and by using its effect I can special summon it at the cost of discarding 1 card. I discarded Tri-Brigade Kit, which is of course another card triggered when sent to the graveyard. I can send 1 Tri-Brigade card from my deck to the graveyard. I'll send another copy of Caress.
You're using the graveyard as a second hand. That's not fair.
It's Tri-Brigade. With this, I could have a clean field without cards in hand and shit out a full field of monsters from another dude's deck 3 tables away from us if I wanted. Do not mess with meta decks.
The bigger they are.
This is literally the most competitive of decks. I will not allow mockery from an amateur this time. I activate Caress on my field to banish 2 of the monsters in my graveyard, to special summon a Link 2. Tri-Brigade Frigid the Barren Blossom.
That is messed up. I bet you bribed Industrial Illusions to make that deck for you.
No, this is all legal.
Oh, I get it. You didn't bribe Industrial Illusions. You bribed Konami instead. Their only joy in life is to piss off their customers.
That's probably and ironically what happened in the real world.
I said don't break the 4th wall.
All right. I use Frigid's effect to special summon another kit from my hand. I'll use them both as materials for a Link summon. Link 3. Tri-Brigade Rhongo the Silver Sheller. At that time, Frigid activates in my graveyard. I can draw 1 card and then place 1 card from my hand on the bottom of the deck.
You don't have cards in hand. You're just going to return it to your deck.
Correct. But it's more painful for you if you have to listen to me explain all my effects.
Sadistic bastard.
I now use Rhongo and Caress as materials for another Link summon. Link 4. Tri-Brigade Shuri the Ominous Omen. You're gonna love this dude's effect. If this card or another bird monster is special summoned, I can banish 1 card on the field. I'll be taking that rock token from you.
Thank you. It was merely a reminder of my own incompetence for not setting up a negation by my 5th summon.
You won't be laughing for long.
I am the face of the franchise. You cannot beat me unless the plot demands it. And if you haven't noticed yet, this is entirely non-canon.
Enough. Rhongo triggers in my graveyard, so all your monsters lose 300 attack for each type I control. Not that it matters anyways. That token is gone. Now that you have no resources left, I can enter my battle phase. I attack you directly with Nibiru, and now with Shurig. This will be your last turn. Better make the most of it.
No, not yet. I still have more than enough resources.
Your field and hand are empty, stupid amateur.
You're not the only one that can use the graveyard as a second hand. It's almost like you're a secondary character or something. Either that or a blue-eyes player that can't read.
Stop bullying my waifu!
During your turn, I banish Phantom Knight's Fault Blade from my graveyard to special summon 1 Phantom Knight's monster in my grave. Rusty Bardich is back on my field! And now it's my turn so I can play properly. Draw! I activate Rusty Bardich on my field. By sending 1 Phantom Knight's monster from my deck to the graveyard, I can set 1 Phantom Knight's spell or trap directly from my deck. And now I special summon the Phantom Knights of Silent Boots from my hand. I can do this as long as I control another Phantom Knight's monster. Then I banish Ancient Cloak from my grave to search 1 Phantom Knight's card from my deck. I also banish Stained Grades to special summon Torn Scales from my hand. And I overlay Torn Scales and Silent Boots for an XC summon. Rank 3, the Phantom Knights of Great Sword. Since I just special summoned a Dark Xyz monster to a zone that Rusty Bartage points to, I can target one card on the field and destroy it. Say goodbye to your stupid rock.
Not even mad. It has served its purpose. I can see how angry you are about losing your whole field to it.
It's okay. What kind of moron would get angry over a game anyways?
Go ahead, call the cops. They can't revive your Rhongo.
Okay, that does it. You're gonna pay for that. I detach one Xyz material from Break Sword to target one card from each field and destroy them. Charade is no more!
It's not the last time you hear from that bird.
It's not the last time you hear from Break Sword. When it is destroyed, I can target two Phantom Knights monsters with the same level in my graveyard and special summon them with their levels increased by 1.
I chain Charade from my graveyard. When it is sent there, I can add Caress from my deck to my hand.
And I special summon Silent Boots and Torn Scales with their levels increased to 4. Now I can overlay them for an Xyz summon. Rank 4! Raider's Knight! I can detach one Xyz material from him and use him as a material to special summon one Xyz dragon monster that is one rank higher or lower than Raider's Knight. Come forth! Rank 5! Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Now I attack you directly with Rusty Bartage and Arc Rebellion!
5,100 points of damage is nothing to set up Kaiba. I can absolutely come back from this. Just watch. I am about to perform what you and your dumb friends like to call a destiny draw.
There's no way a dragon-obsessed virgin could do something like that.
Watch and learn. Also, what the hell did you just call me?
Relax, virgin. I didn't say anything. Make your move.
Draw! I normal summon Tri-Brigade Caress.
And I activate the Blade! I banish it to special summon one Phantom Knight's monster from my graveyard. Great Sword comes back to my field and triggers Rusty Bartage as I place it in a zone that Bartage points to. With it I can destroy one card on the field. But before that I chain Torn Scales from my graveyard to special summon itself when another Phantom Knight's card is banished from my grave. Now, back to Rusty Bartage. It's time to prove you can come back from nothing, Kaiba, because your caress is gone.
Not a problem at all. I set one card and end my turn.
Is that all? I expected more from you, at least this time. I attack with Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon for game.
それはどうかな?
Don't you dare!
I'm sure you remember when I talked about that so-called destiny draw.
You didn't. You don't believe in magic, even though you have witnessed it multiple times across 5 seasons.
I activate my trap card, Tri-Brigade Revolt. I can special summon a number of beasts. Beast Warrior or Wing Beast monsters that are banished or in the grave. Then I link summon one Tri-Brigade Link monster using only those monsters. Using these for monsters, my A's can come back. Behold! Link 4! Tri-Brigade Charade the Ominous Omen! If you don't remember its effect, when it is summoned I can banish one card on the field. But before that I chain Kit. And to that I chain Nerval. And to that one I chain Rugal.
What in the name of Ra is going on?
I'll break it down so even an amateur like you can understand. When Rugal is sent to the graveyard, all your monsters lose 300 attack for each monster type I control. Then, when Nerval is sent to the grave, I can add Tri-Brigade Fractal from my deck to my hand. Third, when Kit goes to the grave, I can send another Nerval from my deck to the graveyard. And finally, I can use Shurake's effect to banish your Rusty Bartage!
There's no way you drew that exactly when you needed it.
All these flavors, and you choose to be salty, son.
You definitely bribed Kevin Tuart for that card to be made.
Believe it or not, I had nothing to do with that.
But that one card is a free Link 4.
Correct.
Using monsters that are not even on your field.
Affirmative.
Furthermore, the Link 4 in question gets to banish one card on the field.
Correct again.
And it doesn't target any cards.
Pretty much.
What does the ban list have to say about this?
It's at 3.
That's bullshit!
It's not
because
my
of
fault you
cards
don't
like this
like
that we
playing
have to
good
deal
decks,
with
you
idiots
dumb
complaining about the
bastard.
game.
I
don't
can't
care about
believe
them, but
you're
they're
getting
obnoxious as
dismantled
fuck.
for me playing
I
one
can't stand them at all,
competitive
just like you stupid
I hope
dragon
you get
fetishists.
gonorrhea.
I swear to God, if I have to hear
Honestly, I
about a
can't
white
stand
dragon
you.
with blue eyes
I
one
would
more
smash
time,
that puzzle
I
of
am
yours
so
if it
fucking
wasn't a
done with
plot
your
device
shit.
in the
I don't
movie.
like you and you smell like cheese sometimes.
What?
I special summon Silent Boots from my hand and overlay him with torn scales to exceed summon Levier the Sea Dragon. Behold this rank 3!
Are we not going to address what you just said?
No. I use its effect to detach one Xyz material and target one banished level 4 or lower monster to special summon it. Now I use all my monsters as material for a Link 4 of my own. Link summon Access Code Talker. I banish Cherubini, Ebon Angel of the Burning Abyss, from my graveyard to destroy your bird. With that I end my turn.
But you do get to use good cards.
No more Mr. Nice Pharaoh!
You have not a single clue of the level of recovery I have. Draw! I normal summon Tri-Brigade Fractal and use his effect to banish any 3 monsters in my graveyard. Then, special summon one Link monster. I summon Frisligar, the Desperate Doom Eagle. Now I enter my battle phase and declare an attack. Say goodbye to your access code talker.
Never! I activate my trap card Phantom Knight Sword. I target one face-up monster on the field and it gains 800 attack. And I target your Desperate Doom Eagle.
Wait, are you serious?
I was just kidding. Of course I target access code talker.
But that's more attack than my monster!
Good! You can do elementary school level math.
Cheeky bastard! I chain Doom Eagle's effect to shuffle one of the monsters in your graveyard to your deck so you can use its effect.
Small price to pay for your monster to be destroyed. Now, if you're done with your turn, it's my draw. I activate the Phantom Knights of Stained Graves in my graveyard to special summon Torn Scales from my hand. Then I activate Access Code Talker to banish itself and destroy one monster you control. And since my trap card was attached to it, it is sent to the graveyard where its effect activates. I can banish this card from my grave and target one Phantom Knight's monster in there to special summon it. I target Raider's Knight, which is always treated as a Phantom Knight's card, to return to my field. Next, Access Code Talker resolves and your fractal is destroyed. Nothing can save you now, Seto. I attack with Torn Scales, and now I attack with Raider's Knight for game.
I shall not be salty this time. That was fascinating. But when we meet again, my next deck is going to sodomize you.
That was indeed a fun duel, Seto. And I'm going to call the police now.